So now let's take a look at the SmartFrac created the SDL from template file, which describes the symbols we want to build for the lattice part. So now let's take a look at that and make some changes. So first we'll view the symbols and we'll take a peek at them. And I'm going to simplify this. And we can see the first symbol is all signal pins, no connect reserved. And then we go through the FPGA bank. So it created a FPGA bank 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It created the all power pins, which looks pretty nice. And it created the ground pins. And because there was more than 195 pins, it created another body for them. So it added the rest of them onto this symbol. So let's look at what SmartFrac built. SmartFrac, so again, SmartFrac creates it reads the pinout file and it creates a symbol description language file. And it's smart. It knows what the lattice structure looks like, so it knows how to turn the pinout and break it up by banks into symbols. So if we open the SDL editor, this is going to warn us that the SDL template was auto-generated, so it wants us to rename it before we use it, so that the next time we run, if we ever run SmartFrac again, it doesn't overwrite what we're working on. So we say OK, and it suggests that we use new symbols, so we'll use that. It says it already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes. So what they did is it made a copy of the template into new symbols. And then it opened it in the SDL editor for us. So again, here's what it created. All signal pins. On the left it put the NC pins. On the right it put the reserved. And that's how it looks. Let's change the name of this guy to No Connect and Reserved to better describe what it is. Okay, and then why don't we move that symbol? So instead of that being the first symbol we come up with, why don't we move that to one of the last? I would suggest we put it before the all power pins. So we're going to take this, we can do a shift click, we can delete that, or cut it, and then we go find the all power pin symbol, and we paste it there. And we save it. So now that we moved that and changed the name, let's just do a quick rebuild. And we'll see, so now we moved the symbol below the FPGA generic IO banks 8 and above the all power pins. So we'll use this button to build and view symbols. And we can see already that the No Connect Reserve got moved before the all power pins. And now we're building the symbols. And now we start with generic IO bank 0 down to 3, and then No Connect Reserved goes here. And if we were to turn on, in this case, we have the symbol name as an invisible property, so it's No Connect Reserved up there. And now it's symbol 9. So let's take a peek now at FPGA bank 0. So what PartBuilder did is it automatically set the VCC-IO bank pins on the right and the IO pins on the left. Let's say we want to flip that. What we can do is, again, we go back to the SDL editor and we're going to go up to here. So the way this works is PartBuilder created this special regular expression that matches all the pins in a bank, and it matches them in order that they appear in the package. So this is the IO 60, and it goes all the way down to IO 1. So it orders the 60 pins the way they appear exactly in the package. Okay, and you can see here we have them put on the left, and we put the VCC-IO on the right. If we wanted to flip that, we could flip that and then run again. And we're only doing this for bank 0 at the moment. and we'll come back. And now we see, okay, well, we put all the I/O pins on the right and the other pins on the left. There is a setting in SmartFrac we can use to tell it which side we want them on to. And then if we jump to bank 1, it's done the old way. So another thing we can look at is we built one symbol for each bank, so that creates 12 symbols. If we wanted to be more economical and produce less symbols, which is sometimes easier for the schematic designer, right? We could combine banks 1 and 2, and we do this manually. So we can take FPGA banks IO bank 0 and IO bank 1, and what we'll do is we'll put them both on the left. The left side, we'll put the IO bank 0, and on the right side we'll put IO bank 1. So this is a start of symbol. We rename it. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this end of symbol and this start of symbol. We'll delete them. I'm using Control X to delete them this time. And now we're going to put this on the right, and we have the VCCIO on the right. What we want to do now is put the power pins together. So I'm going to move it up. And for speed's sake, let's cut them, paste them here, and then I can insert a balanced symbol sides between these. So we'll have the VCCIO on the left, 0 on the left, and 1 on the right. And I'll put the balanced symbol sides. Then that starts a new section in the symbol, and let's give it 2 spaces just so we can fit some decoupling caps. And then on the left, we'll have the IO pins and the IO 0 and the IO 1 pins. Let's save that and build symbols. So now we can say symbol 1 has both banks on it. It's got the left bank and the right bank, the IO 0 and IO 1. Okay? And bank 2 and 3 are still the way we wanted them, or the way that they were. So if we wanted to, we could change those, and we could go do the same thing with banks 2 and 3, right? And let's just quickly do that. I'm going to delete the start and end. I'm going to take the one nice thing about SDL Editor, we can cut and paste. We can cut non-contiguous pins. We can paste them and they'll paste back contiguously. We'll put VCCIO2 on the left. We'll put VCCIO3 on the right. We'll do a balanced symbol sides between them. And then we'll put the bank 3 pins on the right. Okay, and then we'll make this _2 _3. We'll save that. We'll run, build the new symbols. And now we have banks 1 and 0. If we zoom in a little bit, so we have the 0 pins on the left, the 1 pins on the right. And then we also combine banks 2 and 3 into one symbol. So bank VCCIO2, 2, 3, 3. If you notice, if we go back to here, in this case I had put a couple extra spacers between the VCCIO pins. I had forgotten to copy that. This was here, so we had the balanced symbol sides plus 2. Even 3 would be better. And then I would want to copy the 3 here. This just gives us room between the VCCIO pins to put decoupling caps and whatever in our schematic. So when we run it again, we'll get more space between this pin and that pin. So it's a balanced symbol sides, and it basically starts a new section 3 spacers down. Okay, so here's 2 and 3, and then we got 4, 6, 7, and 8. So excuse me, we didn't combine those yet. Okay, so quickly let's do that. We're going to put 4 and 6 together. Cut that. Again, we'll select the power pins. We'll cut them. We'll paste them. We'll put the 6 on the right, we'll put 4 on the left, and then we'll put a balance symbol sides, and we'll do it plus 3 again. Then we'll put the 6 pins on the right. You can see all the blank lines. PartBuilder does not care about the blank lines. And then we're going to combine banks 7 and 8. So let's do, again, we're going to get rid of the break between pin symbol 7 and symbol 8. We'll delete them. I'm going to cut those pins, paste them in. Okay, I'm going to put 7 on the left, 8 on the right, 7 on the left, 8 on the right, and then I'm going to put that balance symbol sides. I can either make a new one or I can copy it by doing that, and then I can just stick it in here with the paste. So that's another way we can operate. So now, and then we want to change this to 7, 8. This is 4, 6. So now let's build one more time. And now, if we look, we have one symbol for 0, 1, another symbol for 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, 8. So let's scan through them really quick. You can see we standardized on the bigger spacing between the VCC I/O pins. And 7, 8. So now instead of the 12 symbols we started with, we have 8 symbols, which is a little bit nicer for the FPGA designer to deal with.